Alright, guys, so welcome to today's weekly trades breakdown and trades I'm gonna be taking personally for the new week. How I personally look what I'm looking for and everything, the key factors. So let's get right to it. So the first thing I'm just gonna be looking for here is I'll just have to check. Okay, this week this the first settle the pay I'm currently at now is now 100, so you can see I'm currently observing if I can see my setup, but there's nothing here. I'm actually seeing nothing here. So we're just gonna move to the next. We're just gonna move to the next. So we're moving to BTC right now. We'll move to BTC. Alright, nothing yet. BTC is just bullish, nothing yet. So go just keep. So that's just how I look for my setup. I just keep scrolling. You can see I already have a setup here. So I'm waiting for this setup. This setup is still valid. Yes, this setup is still valid, and I'm gonna be taking the setup whenever this setup comes here. I also drop this setup on my Telegram that I'm gonna be taking it. Yes, I also drop it. I'm gonna be taking it, so you can take it. So this is just me updating my Telegram because happy weekend. Happy weekend. Alright, so this is just what I do. Simple. Happy weekend. Then I just new week valid trade. Trades dropping soon. New valid trades dropping soon. So this is just how I do my updates. So the reason I always send my setup there is so I don't have to come back. I know the ones I'm going to be looking at for the week, and maybe then towards the new week I know that okay, I'm going to be actually just focus on these few things and not complicating stuff and all of that. So you can see that this is just this is what I just done each week. Yeah. So this J40 buy stay active. So this is just the first. So we can see that we have actually getting our first setup for the week. Alright. So now we'll go on to the next. Check use soy. So let me just observe the whole analysis, then I just send the setup once. No need to go and minimizing and then doing a lot of time. So I have J40 as the first setup for the week. So there's nothing in J40. That is why I'm currently not even paying attention to it. Same thing here. There's nothing here. That is just how I scroll. AD card also. AD card. There's actually nothing here too. But we have something like there's nothing here because the reason I'm not going to be taking this buy because there's actually kind of like a buy setup that is actually worth taking somewhere here. May map it out, but I'm not going to be taking it, and I'm going to be giving my reason. You can see, so I should actually look for a buy here, but you can see that price has already come to this discount. It did not take out the discount. It tapped to the premium. So the next thing that since price already tapped to this premium, we expect this low to get taken out. This low that is here to get taken out. So I'm not going to be taking this trade. So what we're going to expect is just something like this. Then this low is finally going to be taken out. So I'm not going to be taking any trades here. So let me just go on to the next. AG chef. We have nothing at AG chef. Kind of like there's nothing. Actually, I'm not seeing anything here. I can't lie to you. There's nothing here. I'm going I'm going to the next one. So AUDUSD. AUDUSD will actually have nothing here because I actually cut this buy. This was the setup I used in passing my phase 2. I bought from there, and then you can see that the buy is still forming. So I actually cut this buy. So for now we have no setup here, so I'm just gonna go to the next one. KUD Kachef. Nothing, like the market is just right. That is how it used to be sometimes. So some days you're gonna see a lot of setup. Some days you are not going to see any kind of like setup. You see, so this Chef JPY. Chef JPY. Chef JPY is kind of, let me see, because I was anticipating a sale here. So I was anticipating a sale here. So Chef JPY, what we are going to be looking at for is, if actually the major thing is I'm not actually onto the setup. I'm going to be looking where price is currently at. If price is currently at a good place to buy or a good place to sell from, then I'm going to take the shade. But if price is not in a good place to sell or buy from, bro, I'm out. And you can see that price took out this high, tap here, took out this place, but price took out this place, now it's coming back here, now it's already on this discount. So the probability of this trade is that this trade is currently used to buy from. Sorry, I say buy sell from. This is the wrong place to sell from. If I want to sell, I will sell from somewhere here. So I'm going to be skipping that setup. I'm not going to even be paying attention to that guy. So I'm not paying attention to this guy. Hero card. What do we have at Hero card here? Hero card, nothing. Hero AUD. Hero AUD, nothing. Nothing. So this is just how I look for my setup on a flip basis if I'm for a good setup to take. See, I've scrolled down how many pairs. I'm not seeing any good or valid setup to take. Hero Chef, I'm not seeing anything here. Hero Chef. Still nothing. But it's kind of like it's just setup, but GPP is kind of bullish right now, so I don't. Let me see. Hero NZD, nothing also. GPP AUD, GPP AUD, GPP AUD is gonna GPP AUD. I don't think there's nothing here, so that is just what I do. I just move to the next one. Just move to the next one. You can see I'm still scrolling. I'm still observing if I'm going to see the right setup for the new week, because for now that GJ40 is the only setup I'm seeing for the new week. All these setup are not valid. So GPP JPY, no value setup. GBP NZD also. GBP NZD, bro, this kind of makes sense though, but this kind of makes sense. Like this trade actually makes sense. I can't lie. This trade actually makes sense. Okay, if I'm expecting to go, this is my point of interest. This trade actually makes sense. First of all, we are going to be using a lot of confirmation to confirm if this trade is actually worth taking, or it's just a trade that is kind of good at just looking. So I'm not going for this guy. You know why we're not going for this guy? This is the 4 hour. You can see that price is currently bullish, and as much as price is currently bullish, this is this is previous high that was taken out. You can see that this is previous high that was taken out. Our price has already tapped into a discount zone and price is at bullish. So the next thing our price is expecting is price is coming back here. So this setup is invalid. We are not going for this. We are not going for that. We'll move on to the next. You can see the time frame I'm making use of 1 hour. Maybe I look for my setup. NZD card. NZD card. NZD card. NZD card. No. This is not worth it. Go to the 4 hour. Confirm. No. You don't want to be buying from me. Buying from that zone is a high risk trade. Should be expecting to buy from here and maybe sell from there. So for now, we're just going to be waiting for a sell. It's going to take place to the discount zone. But I'm currently seeing a sell trade here though. I'm currently seeing a sell trade here, but I don't think if it's worth taking. I don't think if it's worth taking. This currently seeing this but there is actually something that is going to validate if we are going to go. If I'm going to go for this sell or I'm just going to skip. Okay, so the first thing I'm just confirming is I'm trying to confirm my zones if this trade is actually what it is, and I'm seeing that everything is actually aligning together. But the problem now is not actually going to be the setup. It's not going to be where are we currently. Are we in a good place to buy or we're in a wrong place to buy or sell from? So you can see very well that okay, this was the actual high that gets taken out. This was the actual high that gets taken out currently, because I tend to use at the current zones. I don't complicate stuff, so no, I use the current zones. You can see so selling from here is worth it. Yes, so we're selling from there is actually worth it, but the problem now is not going to be the setup. It's going to be we actually knowing where to sell from exactly, so that, and I also intend to look at the daily. I don't just look at 1 hour time frame. I don't know why. I look at the daily to make maybe confirm, to get more confluences on where I'm actually going to trade from. But currently this trade is not going to be worth it, because you can see that price has actually been a strong bullish trend. Price has been in a strong bullish trend. So this side is protected. So these are what I look for before I get my setup. So if I'm buying from here to this point, and if I'm selling from this point to this point. So that is just how I keep it. Is very simple, and I don't overcomplicate things. As like for me, for a lot of experience I've already had and that stuff. So this is just how I make things very simple. And I know that the truth about this setup is that price has actually tapped into the price has actually getting to this point, reverse back here. So there is high chances of setup failing. So we're not going to take this setup. We're actually going to wait for a more better setup, because this setup is not going to be worth it. I wish this low was actually like it gave a good point of interest. Like this setup as a row was forming from maybe a valid that block from the higher time frame. I'm just going to jump on this setup, but since this setup is not coming from a valid place, then this setup is more likely to fail. So that the truth is that you have to avoid, you don't have to be somebody that is trading all set up in the market. You understand? You don't have to be somewhere extreme all set up in the market, because there are 99% chances of setup that you are going to take that are going to fail. So you have to be very selective of the ones you are going to be risking your money on, or the ones you are actually not going to be risking your money on. So that is just it for now. For those trades. So we just move on to GBP USD. GBP USD, I'm currently seeing nothing. I'm just seeing that it's bullish. I just see that it's bullish for now. So maybe we'll just wait for a good setup, a good setup for us. NZD chef, NZD chef. NZD chef. There's nothing currently here. Yeah, there's nothing currently here. So we are going to move on to GBP. And I don't know. I just think that maybe J40 is going to be the only setup I'm going to see this week. And if J40 is actually going to be the only setup I'm going to see this week, then I'm fine with that. I'm actually fine with that. So this may just me, because I'm seeing a setup here, but I'm not taking it. I'm avoiding. I want price to get here before we actually think of selling down. So we're not taking that setup for now. We have about 2 more pairs to go. For now, there's nothing. I'm not seeing anything in the market. So what are we going to do? We'll wait. We'll stay patient for the next opportunity that is going to present itself. Only chasing the market or forcing trades that are not there. So you can see that I've already done everything I need to do. So this is just me doing everything I need to do, putting everything in order, and also sharing how I look for trades on a new week and what I look at for. So you can see that for now there's nothing on the chart, and we're just going to be sticking to J40 for now. I'm just going to be sticking to J40 for now, and this pair is just what I'm going to be looking at for the new week. So I'm just going to drop an update here. Only active setup for the week. Set up for the week. Only active setup for the week. Okay. So we'll reply to this. So that is just me. So once it's the new week, we are locked in back on the chart. So that is just me. This is just how I trade. I don't get it. I don't look for a lot of things. So now I'm just going to be out of the chart, doing nothing on the chart, because for now this is just what I'm going to be looking at. So once the market open, I'm going to place my limit order on J40, wait for either TP or SL. So that is just how it is for now. And stay updated for the next update, guys, because I'm going to be dropping more updates on the channel. Trades I use in passing my account, trades I use in going in scaling to the next steps, trades I use in securing payout, trades I use in, and I'm also sharing the bad. You can also see I'm sharing the bad trades I'm avoiding, not just the good ones I'm expecting, because 99% of the time we are avoiding bad trades. Me correctly now, hoping for only one setup for the new week is kind of like something that it's not easy to do, but I'm going to it's something that I get used to for a while now, which is taking 1 or 2 good setup for the week. And you can see that maybe before the weekend, you can see that another setup have prevented itself, or maybe this one has actually come to our point of interest, and then maybe we have taken the trade. So that is just all for now, and that is all for now. See you on the next update, and